Hey, everybody, welcome to our Skool community member group, right? The Former Athlete Society. As always, I'm Adam Ringler. If you're watching this on YouTube, then this video is public, but if you're not, then that means that this video is exclusively just for our Skool community member group. And like always, it's 9 a.m. here at Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Daylight Time, whatever we are in. Nonetheless, 9:03 at the moment, which means we are about to begin our accountability call. So this accountability call, as always, we start out just really trying to align what our mission is for the week. So generally, if you're familiar with our Skool community membership group, we do a couple of different things. Every Tuesday, we have our accountability call. This allows us to set our intentions for the week. We end up going through it. We talk about what we're trying to accomplish, how we're going to accomplish that goal. We publicly share that so that where there's some accountability, you to me to you, and with all of our Skool community member group, right? So you get to have those intentions. You get to share with the group here what you're going to do. I'll just be fully transparent. I lifted yesterday. I just finished 30 minutes of conditioning work, hence the reason why there's sweat on my forehead. I still have another 15 minutes of conditioning I have to get. But the good news is I'm here for the next 7 hours. So I have no worries about being able to get my conditioning in today. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera here. Um, that said, Thursday calls. Thursdays are all about our Q&A. So you come with questions, I'll provide some answers based off the 20 years of doing strength conditioning work here at a high level in the Division One NCAA model, right? And my intentions is to provide you the best possible route for you to accomplish your goals, considering that you are now a former athlete transitioning from your playing days into your professional days. So what you did when you were 18 to 22 years of age probably aren't the same things now that you're 35 to 40 years of age. So I'm trying to provide that in the context of an aging body, one that's a little bit more sore, one that also has more and greater time demands, whether it's family, professional life, or social life, those things. So nonetheless, here we are. It's Tuesday. I want to kind of get into the accountability costs, right? So a couple of things I want to just discuss today. Sorry, I'm just trying to load up um, some of my notes that I wrote down. So I've shared this before, but I think it's really important for us to kind of start with. Again, whether you're trying to do conditioning, whether you're trying to track your macros, whether you're trying to eat better, whether you're trying to prioritize mobility work or stretching work, I think recognizing when you are having sort of these micro win moments. And what I mean by that is that so much of us, right, the competitive athlete mindset that we are all, probably that propelled us during our playing days, that sort of all or nothing mentality, that can really harm us when we're post collegiate career. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the former athletes that I work with, right, from initially, they either try to train like they're still in college or they do nothing at all. So it's like it's this binary approach to just like how I did in college, or if I can't do that, then I might as well not do anything because that's the only effective way. And I'm here to refute that idea, right? This mindset, this philosophy, this methodology, if you will, it crushes athletes' consistency. So instead, think about how you can have these small micro wins, right? Think about how showing up 2 times a week is just as good as maybe your off-season program that you used to run when you were 19 years old and you were in a college program, right? So small daily intentional actions, i.e., hitting your protein goals for the day or getting an extra 30 minutes of sleep in your day or night, whatever, improving your mobility. Those things stack up over your days, over your weeks, over your months, and throughout your year. So don't just prescribe to this idea that you have to do exactly everything you did during your college days, because that's a poor approach. I actually had a former athlete of mine. She plays professionally now. And she reached back out and she was like, Coach, do you happen to have any of the summer programs I used to do? And I said, those were 8 years ago. Like your body's different. I'm different as a coach. I mean, I could provide you some of the old packets that you did when you were, 19 years old, but they're probably not appropriate for you. And also, I've improved. I've gotten better. I've changed my approach over the last 9 years or whatever. So it's just silly and it's funny that that's a common philosophy that athletes do. Um, but don't think of all or nothing approaches. Think of what's appropriate for you and stack those small wins, those micro wins. Now, the second thing I wanted to share on our call today is just the idea behind, and this is so prevalent in sort of anybody that's trying to improve their fitness, improve their body composition, all of those things, is that the scale, if that's your chosen mode of measurement, let's just say, is typically and often a liar. And I want to suggest something to track instead. But many former athletes, because they leave the college system, maybe they don't have force plates like we have the luxury of having. So rather than talking about things relative to their peak power, like relative peak power or their vertical jump or some other metric in the weight room, many former athletes just rely on the things that they have at their home. And many people have a scale at home, right? So they tend to rely on what's available. And because the scale is available, they tend to rely on sort of their body mass or their body weight, right, as their primary metric for progress. But I honestly, as you know, I've done this for 20 years now. I think that number, weight, it tells such a small part of the story. So rather than just relying on is the body weight going up or the body weight going down, think of more performance metric sort of goals that you could establish. So this might be your strength in the weight room. This might be your waist to hip ratio. This might be your recovery markers from a Whoop device or an Aura ring. Think about your subjective energy levels. Try to think of other ways that you can measure progress or your lifestyle behavior changes, the increase in sleep, the increase in protein consumption, the increase in your mobility, the zone two conditioning work that you're doing, the resistance work doing. Maybe it is anterior, posterior foot, like photography, right? Like in sort of like, is your body composition improving in the mirror rather than a weight? I'm not a big fan of getting or having people fixated on their body weight as a measure when there's much other things that you could measure to sort of determine whether or not you're making progress towards your goal or not. So I still see that from time to time from former athletes all the time that's asking or reaching out for advice or for help or for training programs, things like that, is that my body weight's going up or my body weight's going down. How do I change that? Like that's such a small piece of the story when you could really be focusing on other metrics that could be more advantageous, not only to your psychology, but also to your performance goals too. The last thing I wanted to talk about is one that's really important, and that is for all of the people that might not be playing professionally. And that is the importance of really trying to establish or determine or identify some level of athletic identity beyond just your competition or your sport, right? So after college, ends a little bit. Sorry, it's the post-conditioning cough that I have. Literally jumped off the treadmill, jumped into this accountability call. Many times after college or after your sport ends, athletes feel lost. Case in point, that's how I felt after my wrestling career finished. And so training during those days actually really felt like there was a purpose to it. It was winning games, it was becoming a starter, it was competing at the highest level. But without that structure, without that end goal, without that ability of saying, I'm connecting the dots from my training to something related to my sport, oftentimes fitness then just takes a back seat because people don't have that intentionality behind why they're training. They just train without an end goal. So think about ways that you can reframe your athletic identity. And that might be that I'm a runner now. I'm a lifter now. I'm a power lifter. I'm a bodybuilder. I'm a I don't know, bikini model, if that's what, like, if you want to be on stage and compete in that. Maybe you are a healthy mom. Maybe you're a healthy father. Maybe that you're a practitioner of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Maybe you can pick whatever it is, right? That's the beauty of now being away from sport is you have all of this time and availability to rechannel in different directions. But whether you train for that, right, or whether that you're training for longevity or performance or just recreational sport, I think it's really important for you to feel like a badass and for you to feel like you can connect the dots from your training to an end goal or an end identity. That's really, really important. So this accountability call, micro wins, determining what those are, working towards those. Why there might be better metrics other than just scale as a way to determine whether or not you're making progress towards your goals or away from your goals. And then the importance of really identifying your athletic identity beyond just your sport. Those are the three things I think you need to tackle in this week. Like always, these accountability calls are 9 a.m. every Tuesday at the Former Athlete Society. If you're one of the 10 members that's joined, I think there's still 2 or 3 spots that's available. It's completely free. You don't have to enter your credit card information. You just go to the website, you sign up, enter in your email, your name, you'll join and you'll have access to these calls live. If not then you can join on Thursdays. Thursdays are Q&A calls. Again, you bring the questions, I'll bring the answers. Those that are attending the call live will get priority over all of your accountability metrics and like comments, etc. We can kind of have that dialogue, you and me, or a small group and me live. And then every Thursday, I'll prioritize all of our attendees with their questions first, and then I'll go to the DMs and community members at our Skool site. If you have not signed up for the Skool group, it is Skool, Skool.com/former athlete. Sorry, I was thinking of the other website. If you're still on the fence about whether or not you should join the Former Athlete Society, then I encourage you to go to adamringler.com/Skool, Skool. You can learn more about the community membership there. It is completely forever free for the first 10 members. After 10, we're switching to a monthly subscription model. So it would behoove you to get in early and be one of the first 10 members, because for you 10 members, it's completely free forever. And you'll have access to some of the training perks, not only the Q&A call, the accountability call, all of the content that we've created exclusively just for our Skool membership site. That is all sort of paywalled behind the community membership group. We also do once or twice deep dives into a topic so that you can log in, watch this asynchronously. You'll have access to all of that information so long as you're a Skool community member. And the first 10 of them, you get it for free. So check out some of that information at those sites. And then until next time, I will see you all on our Thursday 9 a.m. Call, our Q&A call. So as always, I appreciate every single one of you. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave some comments below. If you're watching this in our Skool community membership group, then continue to engage with that group. Leave some comments behind this video. I'm going to share it in the discussion board, the locker room, if you will, and we'll go from there. But as always, train hard, attack this week with some intention, and then I'll see you on Thursday. Appreciate y'all.